Hi, my name is Mari.
Hey guys, I'm Ben.
And this is Kimchi.
And this is Toki.
Welcome to our channel.
Today we're going to be talking about 10 things we wish we knew before we bonded with our rabbits. We had Kimchi and Toki for about 3 months, and they're both 1 year old. They're born in May, right, of 2019. And so it's been a pleasure owning them. And we're going to talk about some of the great things, some of the fun things, and some of the more surprising things. So in our scenario, we acquired the rabbits, not in an ignorant state, but we just didn't have all the information, and we didn't know the bigger picture of what it would look like to own rabbits and to take care of them and to love them and offer them the best lives that they could possibly have. And so in this video, our goal is to kind of just share that with you and to help you guys come to a decision knowing the facts, knowing some of the more nuanced things that you would probably find out weeks and months into owning rabbits.
We're going to start with sharing the importance of keeping your bunnies indoors. We started with the bunnies outdoors in a hutch. Can you stop that?
Oh, you need to stop doing that, Kimchi.
Later we're going to talk about the importance of neutering. And
Holy cow.
This is why. It's really important to keep them indoors because it actually helps them health-wise. So since bunnies are prey animals, they are at the bottom of the food chain, which means that any animal that comes by, dogs and cats and other things, can prey on them. So we want to make sure that we eliminate that by keeping them indoors. Another thing is that they can get sore hocks from being in places like hutches for extended amounts of time. So we want to prevent that from happening because there's a lot of health issues.
And what's sore hocks for some people who don't?
Sore hocks are really sore spots on the back of their feet, which can just causes pain for the bunnies when they hop around like they normally do. We also want to prevent them from getting mosquito bites and from getting fleas because those are obviously causing a nuisance to the bunnies, as well as a deadly disease that comes from mosquitoes. There is an increase in stress when they're outdoors from noises like from the street or from pedestrians or other animals coming up to see what's happening. So you definitely want to make sure that you're keeping them indoors just to extend their lifetime and make sure that they're not getting any fleas or mosquito bites, and just to keep a closer eye on your bunnies because you definitely want to be able to know the behavior of your bunny to make sure that you can intervene if there is anything wrong with your bunny and take them to the vet right away.
Alright, so next up we're going to be talking about the importance of having a really solid litter box that fits the needs and the wants of your rabbit or your bonded pair or trio. So a lot of times, especially at the start, you see people buying like corner litter boxes for their rabbit, and quite simply it's just not enough space for them to do their business in, to eat hay out of, and to be comfortable in there. So it just won't entice them to even go to the bathroom in there. So do yourself a favor and get a larger cat litter box. The size doesn't really matter as long as they can do comfortably a full 360 in the box. But also about litter boxes, make sure you have one for each rabbit. Unless they're like very bonded, then you can get probably a really long one, which we have that we're planning on using once these two are fully bonded. And so beyond a box, what you put in it is very, very crucial as well. We've tried a lot of beddings and litter for our rabbits over the past few months. We started with paper shavings, and that was just pretty cost ineffective, and the odor control in it wasn't nothing to write home about. And so we decided to look for some more affordable options that would do a better job of what we were looking for. And ultimately we came across aspen wood shavings, and so we use that to sprinkle on top as a top layer, and then underneath that we have wood stove pine pellets, and we find those at Tractor Supply Co., and we have a store in Minnesota, and so we just drive out there, pick them up. It's like $6 for 40 pounds of horse wood stall pellets. They're like wood pellets, and they're phenomenal. They look really hard, and especially before they soil them, it's probably really hard on your rabbit's hocks, and so that's why we decided to put down the aspen shavings on top. It makes it just a little bit more soft and pleasant for them. On the topic of wood shavings though, make sure to do your research and to avoid pine shavings. That can kind of get in their respiratory system and cause some irritation and inflammation for them that you really just don't want to get into. And so yeah, the type of wood shaving that you pick up really does matter, but aspen shavings are super cheap as well. I think it's like $6 for, granted, a smaller bag, but really affordable all in all, and it will last you a long time because you don't use much of the wood shavings per application. You just throw down a little bit, make sure it's on the top layer, and you're good to go. So when they do their business, when they go to the bathroom, and when they urinate, the wood stall pellets, the pine pellets, actually kind of break down and they become much softer and they expand, and that was just super cool and kind of surprising for us to see when we first got them. And yeah, if you pick those two things up in combination and use those in your large enough litter box for your rabbits, you'll have a grand old time. We're not sponsored by anyone, so don't worry about
Tractor
us
Supply Co.
trying to get kickback off of the products you buy.
So this is something I found out pretty recently, is the importance of grooming. The bunny that I was holding Kimchi in the beginning of the video, which is this little guy right here, he's a lion head bunny. So he has very long, fine hair. So it's really important to constantly be brushing them, so that when they're cleaning themselves, they do a really good job cleaning themselves. But when they're cleaning themselves, they're not getting as much hair like in their GI tract, because that can be harmful if they go into stasis and they have kind of like the blockage already there from their hair. Now we can talk about stasis later because that's another whole topic. But yeah, so you want to make sure that you're constantly getting them into the routine of being groomed, brushed. Ours are pretty shy when it comes to brushing, don't really like it at all. So
it's a very new process for them.
Yeah, so we're trying to get them into the routine of knowing that when they get groomed, they get treats, things like that. Clipping their nails is actually really important as well, just like you would do with dogs or cats. Actually, I'm not really sure about cats. So you want to make sure that you have a nail clipper when you get your bunnies so that you can be constantly trimming their nails, because inside they're going to try and dig in your carpet, dig in the floor, they're going to dig in your blankets, so you just want to make sure that their nails are trimmed. It can also cause sore hocks, because if they're too long, they're going to start curling, and then they're going to start putting more pressure on the back of their legs, the heels of their legs, which is going to cause like just an imbalance in their weight. So you want to make sure that you're constantly checking their paws and making sure that they're trimmed enough. Yeah, so definitely make sure grooming is a part of your routine, either daily or every other day, or at least weekly.
Another important thing that we wish we knew earlier is to make sure that they have a really established safe space. And this is important for anyone. I mean, even us as people. And for rabbits, it's so much more emphasized, and the importance of it is just really crucial to bonding, living a happy life, living healthy, and good behavior all in all. I do want to mention that in my mind, I really think there's a stark difference between having a safe place and having only one place, like a cage or a hutch. So we are definitely proponents of free roaming your rabbits.
Next, we're going to talk about the importance of bonding your rabbits. Now, I am someone that's going to say that it's really important for you to have a friend for your bunny. So making sure that you have a couple, and usually boy-girl couples are better. So you're going to want to make sure that the bunnies get along. Bonding means that they're just going to create this relationship between the two of them where they become inseparable, and they love cuddling and grooming each other, and just all in all are just great friends. So it's really important to do this because it decreases the stress of your bunny, just because there's two of them together instead of just one of them. They got each other's backs. Again, they're grooming each other, establishing that they can play together and be together when you're not there, so that you're decreasing the chance for them to become bored. Getting another bunny, having it bonded, that can be a big, long process. There's a lot of websites out there that can explain bonding to you.
Now, before you go ahead and bond your rabbit pair or your rabbit trio even, neutering and spaying your rabbits is very crucial because it does offer them some health benefits. Spaying provides more health benefits, and and fewer risks down the road with cancers and infections and
all kinds of things.
Health.
Especially for females.
When you neuter them, they will lose all their hormones over time, all their sex hormones, and they will become much less territorial, much less aggressive, probably less chewing as long as they're not bored, because a bored rabbit is a not to rabbit. So do yourself and your rabbits a favor and get them fixed.
You want to make sure that you're finding the correct space to keep your bunnies. So somewhere that is safe for them and safe for your house, because they will chew on your house. So you want to make sure it's somewhere that you can easily bunny proof. Make sure any corners that are exposed, you tape them with clear tape, which can deter bunnies sometimes.
Like wooden corners.
You want somewhere that's not fully ceramic or wood. So you want somewhere where you can either put down like a rug or that it already is carpeted. You won't really run into problems with their poop and pee as long as they're neutered and spayed, which helps so much in litter training them. Making sure that you have a place that's padded because of the sore hocks that we had talked about previously. Gets majorly worse if you have them on a hard surface all the time, because they're meant to be on soft surfaces like grass. Definitely don't put them in a small cage, because that is cruel. They need a decent amount of space to run around.
8th on our list is talking about diet. So we found that 80% of their daily food intake should be hay, and more specifically Timothy hay. 10% of their diet should be leafy greens like spinach, like parsley, romaine lettuce, cabbage, herbs. So many options. You can get creative and you can mix it up for them to keep it interesting. 5% can be like treats, something like fruits. Bananas are fantastic.
Carrots are treats.
And then the rest of the percentage.
5% is pellets. I would say pellets. Our bunnies love pellets. Pellets aren't very nutritious for them. They're not really necessary. So if you don't use them for your bunnies, do not worry about it. You don't need pellets. Just make sure that they have constant access to hay, a little bit of greens every day. Number 9. The importance of playtime and toys. So you're gonna definitely want to make sure that you have toys before you get your bunnies, because that helps cut boredom. We have things like baby stacking cups. Also making sure that they have playtime. So if you're keeping them enclosed, making sure that they have a few hours out every day to just hop around the room, try out different places, sprawl out in different areas, making sure that they can explore a little bit and just hop around and binky and zoom around the room, whatever they want to do.
All right, so the last thing, I know this is kind of a long video, guys, but thanks for sticking with us. The last thing is just realizing what the time and money commitment is gonna be. And that's super hard to do, especially at the beginning. And if you think that you know exactly what your rabbits are gonna need, trust me, you don't. There are so many things we've bought that we just don't use at all anymore for them. To that effect, you're gonna be spending a lot of money on the rabbits, and there are just so many expenses. You know, food is a pretty recurring expense for them. Hay, you have to replace their toys as they get chewed through and damaged. Bunny proofing your house. If they damage something in your house, and you obviously have to replace that. And that's happened a few times for Mari and once for me. So there are just a lot of hidden costs with owning bunnies, and I'm sure there are tons that we haven't even mentioned. Those were our 10 things. Thank you guys so much for watching. We're super excited to be launching our YouTube channel and featuring these really cute rabbits here that we got, Kimchi and Toki, and helping to kind of inform, walk through the journey with you guys. If you enjoyed this video, if you found it to be informative, useful, or just fun, make sure to give it a like, thumbs up, and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this and more content about rabbits, and we'll see you in the next one.